A warm welcome back, if you'll pardon the pun, to CALMSDEN FARM on Farming Simulator 22, episode 16, with me, MrSealyp. I just popped inside for a bite to eat. The sowing contract, as you've just seen, is complete. So we've got a bit of money back. The sowing contract hasn't come up for field 13, weirdly. 17 did, 13 hasn't. Maybe it brought another point. But we're at that horrible moment again, aren't we? Well, we've got to do some maintenance on this beast, which is, yeah, and probably the cedar. So let's have a look what we're looking at for the cedar. 456. I can live with that. 11,000. The highest I've had so far, one was off camera, was 17. I've had some 15s, some 11s. So yeah, 11, 6. It's crazy. Have I looked already today to see what the deals and bargains are? T7 HD. That's nice, that auger grain cart, but that's probably a little bit too big for where we are. I don't think I'm going to get that through any of the lanes or anything, but that is a monster. 59% off as well. Got a trailer, so I think we're good. It's always worth a look, isn't it? So what I need to do now is decide what we're going to put into field 2. We had sorghum in it, so I'm going to change that. I said I was going to do wheat or barley, didn't I? Because I want the straw. So we'll go wheat. I think we've got more barley stored, have we? Pretty sure we've got more. Yeah, we're low on wheat. Barley stored. It's because we took everything we had, pretty much, and put it into the words, the usual words, MrSealyp. The grain mill was the word I'm looking for. I can take the last little bit of oat. I can take the sorghum if I want. But as well as having chicken feed as well is probably quite handy. So yeah, we'll do wheat, I think. I'm not sure how much we've got in here. We may have to get some more seed delivered. Oh no, we're right at the moment. That's weird. How much I've got in there? 2,306 litres of seed left in that silo. Okay. That'll be alright. Do I want to wash this? Do I need to wash it? Probably not. Up to field 2, we'll get that done. And then I'm in an R because we have the potential now. Let's have a look at our greenhouses. Because what I want to do, man, we've still got so much water in there, but to be fair, I can get water free. That's not a problem. 345 of lettuce. What are they? 400s or 500s? I can't remember. I'm just thinking whether I'm wasting it. I'm thinking of taking out the large greenhouses and putting in those new high yield ones. Taking some seed and fertiliser up there because the cows are producing manure. So we could, it's going to take a while to get a bit of a build up of manure. What we could do is start off with some solid fertiliser and then switch to manure and swap out those greenhouses, I think. And then we'll get higher yield off everything because they're higher yielding greenhouses. They're a little bit cheaper to buy. I'll get a bit of money back on those ones. We can recycle them. So we'll get a bit of money back. You know what? I think we'll do that. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I knew I had to get seeding done over here on field 2. And I was thinking, oh, I've got the rest of the day. If a contract comes up, I'll do that. But greenhouse is the perfect thing. Let's do that then. Very happy with my purchase of this cedar. We still don't own a planter. I've been hoping one's going to pop up second hand, but we haven't had one pop up yet. Again, something to do. Let's get this wheat in. So this has been fertilised and cultivated. Then once we've got this in, we will... Yep, we're going in. Brilliant. We will second fertilise and then we'll roll. And we should be good on that because it didn't need ploughing, didn't need liming. So we should be as good a yield as we're going to get off this one. Right. Oh no! Look what the worker did when it was cultivating. Went through the hedge into my soybean crop. Well, that's just typical, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's just typical. Never mind, it's all good. Right, I'll get this done. I do have 8 pallets of lettuce that we need to sell. Actually, while we're going up here, fairly straight, isn't it? How much is lettuce selling for? We can get that delivered and sold, and then we'll switch over, and then lettuce. Oh, Aunt Emma's 2347. Right, let's load the trailer up. Let's get it over there. Once I can get work going on this, I will get that sorted. Brilliant. You know, I almost forgot this job as well. I said about this in the last episode when I was taking all the stuff up to the biogas plant. I've got plenty of silage here. I've got the silage bales. I'm hoping once the grass has grown and we get back into spring, we'll get some more baling contracts will pop up. So I'm going to take a couple of full loads. What's this? 29,500 litres, this trailer. Up to the biogas plant. I still haven't switched anything on. And I don't know whether to put it on selling the digestate or... I'm not too sure what to do for the best, or just to leave it storing. Like I say, I might put it on storing, then hopefully something further down the line will crop up. Either I'll use it for fertiliser, or there'll be somewhere with a better price for selling digestate, so I might do that. I did have a look at the biogas plant stuff, the modular BJ, and I did mention that and said that we could do some accessorising. The prices are insane. I'd forgotten how expensive they were. I looked at a couple of options. It was like 150, 180 grand to make a bit of extra money selling it. So, not sure. So yeah, I'm going to do this and then we'll crack on with the rest of field 2. And then we'll look at the greenhouses. Tell you what, the old snow says it's coming again. Be nice if it just stopped once. Right, new greenhouses are in. Our new super duper greenhouse effect greenhouses. I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? That's why it's called the greenhouse effect. We're going to be hopefully getting much better yields, but I've got a, well, I'm going to remove all of this first. You know, I said about I'd place 2 water points, and I couldn't remember where I'd place them. I think one might have been over by the sheep. I said it was over where we had our rock crusher and here, but I think it was the sheep because I couldn't find one here, so we've now had one put in. We have had a water point tapped in, which means I can bring the tanker over empty, and then we can fill it here, because each one of these will hold 20,000 litres because they're the large ones. So I thought it's much easier than going backwards and forwards. We'll put water point in. So that's done. So these are all now in place. They're all looking great. Field 2 is planted, it is fertilised, and it has been rolled. And I've done 2 loads up to the biogas plant. So if we go and look at the biogas plant situation now, we should be looking at, yeah, silage 63,000 litres. I'm going to get some more slurry, we'll take that up there. Like I said, I haven't put any of those processes on yet. You know what, I think I'll just, I was going to say selling, but I'm going to put it on storing. We might as well get those processes going. Let's get that chugging away. Fantastic. Right, so lettuce, we'll get these delivered, and then we should be able to, like I say, really ramp up production. I might go and do a load more, because we did strawberries, then we switched to lettuce. We didn't do any tomatoes, did we, on here? Pretty sure we didn't. So I think what we'll probably do is do some tomatoes. The lettuce pay well, and we will get more. We'll get more lettuce than we're getting now, but it's much of a muchness. Like I said when I did the sort of review of these greenhouses, yes, you get less lettuce, but it's worth more, so you get paid well. You get way more tomato. It pays less than lettuce, but you're getting more of it, so it kind of balances out. And the strawberries pay even less, but you get loads more of those. So again, you know, whether you kind of break even, whether it works out the same sort of money or not, I haven't actually tested that side of things. But I suppose it's always that thing of, if you're selling a box of something, you know, and the lettuce is selling for, you know, whatever it's selling for. There's 2,000 something for 1,000 litres, but these boxes are 500s, aren't they? So 2 of these is 1,000, but you think, oh, that price is fantastic, and you just focus on that, don't you? It's good money, it's good money. So with the strawberries, you just have to shift a load more of them, that's all. And I suppose it's a lot more manipulation and time taken. Actually, what I will do, let's drive this down to the end, and then we'll move the trailer. So I'm going to have to go and buy, I'm going to do pallets or a trailer. I might do a trailer actually. Might put some fertiliser into a trailer. I might do manure actually. It'd be cheaper to go and buy manure, wouldn't it? Maybe we'll do that. We'll buy a tray load of manure. I don't think this will take... I'm sure I did this before. These were quite heavy, weren't they? Let's swing that around there. The flour, you know, I said about how the last episode, this is almost full now. Completely rammed. Again, I mean, that dilemma, what do I do? Once that's full, do I just say to myself, you know what, I've got plenty there to sell. The same as I'm doing with the sugar, I'm still keeping it in pallet form. But I haven't actually taken this to sell. Do I then just switch it to selling, and then I've got some spare here if I need it, the rest will just get sold at an average price? I don't know. I've got a strap there, brilliant, turn that on, do that. So I think we'll go up here with water first. We will need to buy some seed as well. I think if I do that by trailer, And then anything I've got spare I can always put back into my silo, can't I? The seed I can. Fertiliser I can't because I'm using liquid fertiliser at the moment, but should that be alright with it? We'll work something out. I suppose I can always, if I did it on pallets, I can always leave the pallets up here then, couldn't I, rather than do it the other way. And then if I need to top them up at any point. Each of those will hold, what was it, 3,150 litres if I recall correctly. So I need to make sure I've got, well, 4 times that really, at least. It's not going to be cheap to start off with, but we will reap the reward moving forward. I was just really hoping for another sowing contract. I was hoping the one on field 13 would pop up, because if the other one was 47 grand, it would be somewhere in that ballpark, and I thought that, you know, that will cover seed costs and all sorts. But, yeah. Although, actually, I could sell my sorghum, couldn't I? I said in the last episode, or was it earlier in this episode? I've got enough flour. I don't need that for flour. That's paying 1,109 at Allsphere stores. It is falling, but 83,000 litres. It's going to be over 83,000 pounds, isn't it? So that's the point of it, isn't it? I used a load for flour. The other use for it is to sell it as a product and make money. So I think we'll do that. We'll sell that as well. That will then cover the costs of buying the new greenhouses and putting in our seed and fertiliser. That's what I'm going to do. Borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. Do that. Sorted. Right, let's go and sell these. Then back up here with water, and then we'll sort. We're going to do the rest. And then we'll leave the lights on the. Oh, no, I haven't done. I haven't strapped it down. That's better. And turn the lights off. There we go. Now the lights aren't glaring on the back of my head. Okay, let's get rid of this. Well, that will do. Right, so those lettuce alone that I've just sold have paid for one of the new greenhouses. 9,000. So that's well worth it, and with the new greenhouses we'll get way more, so we'll cover our costs in absolutely no time. I am actually very not concerned. What do I do? I need 12,600 litres of seed and 12,600 litres of... I was going to do manure, wasn't I? Yes, I will do it by trailer. I can always just, if I've got any left, I can always just dump it in a pile, and if I get a bucket for the skid steer loader, I can always then top up with that, can't I? Yeah, that's what we'll do. I forgot I decided to do manure. We are going to need seed though, so I think what I'll do is go down to... Is it cheaper to buy it, or is it cheaper to get it delivered into my silo and then put it into a trailer? That's a jolly good point. Big bags. So is the big bags... Well, they used to be 2,000 litres, but most of them are ones now. The lime's 2. Seed bag 1,500 litres, but it's pricey. It's way too expensive. I'm going to need 13 of those, or just do it by trailer. Trailer, you know what, I'm going to leave the forklift here for moving the sugar pallets. We'll do that. I'm going to go and grab a trailer. We'll do manure, we'll do, so yeah, all the stuff I said I was going to do, I'm going to do. One thing I'll say for the production chains, adding all that into the game, it makes your decision making processes a lot harder. There are so many different options now of what you can do. And then when you decide that, you know, it's one thing deciding what am I going to do production chain wise. Then it's like, well, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to distribute it? Am I going to sell it? Am I going to store it? And then especially with things like greenhouses, it's like, okay, well now we've got inputs into the greenhouses. I must admit, one thing I was surprised when we went from 19 to 22 was, so I'll leave the trailer here. Yeah. Was greenhouses were always water and manure. So losing that and it just being water moving forward, you suddenly thought, oh, okay, that's weird. There's been a few things like that have changed, haven't there? Like the animals, no mess to clean up after the animals. That was always kind of part and parcel of doing your daily jobs, you know. And it kind of got ingrained into what you did. And the same with the greenhouses. Greenhouses was always water and manure. So I like the new ones, the fact we go back to adding a fertiliser in, but also I like the fact of that seed idea. But well, yeah, if you're going to grow stuff, you need to grow it either from small plants or you're going to do it from seed. So we're going to do it from seed. Put all those inputs in and you get something out. And obviously the more work you put in, more we'll get out of it. I lost me trailer. I remembered I was doing it. I was moving the silage, wasn't I? And I suddenly thought, I went to go and collect it. Where have I put it? I'm going to do a load of sorghum first. I'm going to sell one load of sorghum. We'll take that to all Sphere stores. And that will cover the costs of them. I'm going to buy a full train load of manure. We'll go down to the main store to get that because we've got a buy point there, so we can always go there. Oh, actually, no, we've got one down at all. Brilliant. What I can do, I can unload at all Sphere stores, and we've got one down there as well. I put that down there at the livestock market, so you can do this. You can kind of like simulate buying manure or slurry or whatever you wanted to down there. That was what, right, so we can do that. We'll drop one thing off, pick up another thing. So I'm going to do a full load, 29,000 litres, which I'm not going to need. But the great thing then is I can leave a massive pile of it there. Sorghum. Yeah, we'll leave a massive pile of it up over at the greenhouses and I can just top up whenever I need to. Perfect. Perfect idea. I was going to say it's almost like I planned it. Sometimes things just fall into place. A happy accident. I could just re-edit this and say, what I plan to do, I haven't. I really haven't. I think I've got another full pallet of wool actually over there. No, that's weird. I'm sure the thing was saying that it had reset, but that's not a full pallet yet. Okay. Oh dear, well, it's been a funny old few days here in the Seal household. Sealy G, well, everybody is still ill. Sealy G has become, well, I can't say the word because you know how it is. It's causing, you know, if you're perceived to be causing chaos, spreading, you know, things. Keep going, keep going. Let's just say when she did her test, and you get a line, there's the test line and then there's the line that comes up. And some people's come up sort of faint and then over the next 10, 15 minutes or so it gets thicker and thicker. Let's just say when she did it, her test melted. It just burst into flames and smoke came off of it. Honestly, I think, oh, and it's been like that for days for her. Unbelievable. So it's been, yeah, it's been a weird few days. Haven't really been out, but myself and MrSealyp were talking. Both of us not feeling too great. We're getting that pull again, that Lake District pull. You know, it's terrible, isn't it? We're gonna have to move there. That's the only solution, because we're finding we'll go like up there and you kind of scratch the itch, you know. You come back and within a month you want to go back again, you know. Whereas before it was, you know, you could go a good 3-4 months and it'd be okay, and now it's like, no, need to go back. Just need to go back now. Right, sorghum, All Sphere store. I need to double check which one that is, because we've got a few here, haven't we? All Sphere store. That's Farmers Market. All Sphere store is that one through there. Yeah, so it's getting to that point, that inevitability. You know, we always said that's where we wanted to go. That's where we're going to move to when we retire, or, you know, something happens, if we win the lottery, that kind of thing. But it's getting more and more. Perfect. So 32 grand in. Now from the livestock market, let's grab some manure. I'd forgotten to put this in. Put it in ages ago. What do we want then? Manure. How much is a full load of manure? It's not going to be 32 grand, which is an absolute result. 730, is that all? That's awesome. Right, so up to the greenhouse as we go. We'll put that in, and then we will, like I say, we'll dump the rest on the floor in a big steaming heap that we can use whenever we need to. I mustn't forget to buy a bucket for the skid steer loader up there. It'll mean coming back and then going back again, so obviously I need to attach it onto something. We should have the beacons on, shouldn't I, just to warn people. I'm trying to think, did I ever tell you the story? It was a Lake District one, but I can't remember if I did or not. One of the times myself and MrSealyp were up there, went for a walk from where we stay, took farm dog, went for a walk, and they were doing muck spreading. And this muck spreader was on the route we took past us 2 or 3 times. And there was like muck all over the road, and because obviously it was coming off the tyres and all over the place. We sat on this bench and we were watching, you know, the world go by. It was lovely, just, you know, this thing come honking past. I honestly thought, if MrSealyp gets covered in muck off the wheels off this, that would be it. It was a close thing. We didn't get hit by any, but it was one of those moments you stop and you think, oh no, and it comes flying off the tyres as it comes past, and you think, no, that's the last thing we need. So yeah, beacons on, warn people if they're sitting on a bench by the side of the road to take cover. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I know I'm sort of, what is this? What I do, isn't it? I chat about what's happening. I'm not sure how I feel still about the seasons thing. You know, I know when the game was in sort of pre-release, and everyone was kind of told, you know, yeah, there's going to be a version of seasons, and Giants have said, you know, seasons is coming to the base game, but don't worry, you can turn it on and off, and it's not really that, is it? You can't. You can't turn it off. You can't go back to how it was. And there is some degree of, I know I've talked about this a lot before, but I was just thinking about, you know, doing the jobs and doing the things you're doing, and whereas before you could really roll through the you know, get your fields going and you get crops coming out of the ground. I know that's not realistic, and I suppose that's the problem, isn't it? That's why they changed it all, but I have got to get into the habit of skipping further ahead, I suppose. That's probably the other thing. Maybe I need to do that. Once I've got these greenhouses up and running, we'll skip forward into spring, maybe get some more contracts come up. The rest of our fields should be ready to harvest, and we'll kind of roll it forward a little bit. I need to get a load more fabric. We're going to need to put in tailors because we're going to need to put a sell point that will take the fabric anyway. We need to make clothes, because the clothes are worth a fair bit of money. I'm just regretting now putting those hedges in. It wasn't a problem before, but I'm now thinking, if you haven't seen it done, if you haven't done it yourself, if I go to demolish, you can take out sections. It's frustrating because I put them all in, but I suppose it's not going to. They are in the way. I thought it looked really cool having the pathways and stuff around them. That one should be alright. That one I think I'm going to get rid of as well. That one, yeah, if I need to get through for water. I didn't think that ahead, did I? Because they had water in, my other ones still had 13,000 litres each of water in them. It was lasting absolutely ages. So. We have plenty left. I think I am going to what I'm going to do at some point as well. I'm going to put in a dryer, so we can put our grass in and dry it to hay. I want to do that as well, because that can be an ongoing process. There's a few of those knocking around. I can't remember which one it is that does. It's like 120,000 litres a day or something. It will dry. So I think it might have to go with the dryer as well, because we've got our grass up here to cut. We've got a few other fields and areas that we can cut. I just think that might not be a bad idea. Right, so back down to our greenhouses, and we should now be looking at 3,150 litres. Right, manure's in. So water and seed next. Where shall I put this then? Don't really want to just put it by the entrance to the garden centre. That'd be nice for people arriving, wouldn't it? The secondary school that I went to always smelt of it. There was a cow farm right next door, and if the weather was warm or the wind was in the right or wrong direction, depending on how you look at it, the smell from the farm at school was, it was humming. It was properly humming. And when we did cross country, we actually went out cross country out through the cow fields and stuff. Yeah, ripe is not the word. I suppose what I could have done, thinking about it, and it wouldn't have been too expensive either. Oh, maybe I can move it. Why didn't I think of it? Under silos, I'm sure I've got the Bavarian. Yeah, 2,000 there. Manure pit storage. I could have put one of those in, couldn't I? And just put all that into that, and then it's easier for access. Can I still do that, do you reckon? Should I put one? Just stick it there. You know what, let's put that in, and then I'll get a bucket, and I should have thought about that beforehand, and I'll just transfer it all into the pit. We'll also do, while we're here, just get that to match up. If you don't do any landscaping or any stuff like that, I'm really enjoying it, apart from some of the bits of groundwork. I'm finding the buildings don't always place particularly well unless you've got something like really, really flat. That's perfect. Right, so I'll be bucket for the skid steer loader. We'll get that gradually moved in. Right, next seed, and then we'll get our water up here, and we should be good to go on our. Have I got enough room to get through there? That's quite tight, that one. Oh no, what have I done? thought I'd come through the garden centre. It'd be a little bit easier than trying to turn the corner. We can fill this up, and I don't know how well this is going to work, but we do need to get a lorry, I think, is the next thing. We do need to purchase a lorry. Mind you, I've sold the last of the sorghum. Did I show you that bit? Yeah. Sold the last of the sorghum. Bought seed. That's all done. So we're up to 616. The seed cost me 9 grand. I put the seed in, and then the seed that was left I went and put into our little silo over at the main farm, that we can either buy from or put into ourselves, so I put it in. So we should... There we go. Like I say, these are 20,000 litres each, so I'm going to have to do a few runs backwards and forwards here, just to make sure they're all topped up. Then we'll get them all switched on. I think I'm going to start off with... do I go tomatoes? Should we do tomatoes next? I'm going to do tomatoes. And then we'll switch back to lettuce again. We've got plenty of strawberry over there. We haven't got to worry about strawberries. So I think we'll probably do that. Actually, this is going to work out alright, because I can just duck in front of each one. Hopefully it will come up. Why did it come up fine on the other one, but not on this one? That's weird. Come on now. Help me out. Do me a solid. Oh, it's done it already. That's interesting. It did it automatically, so it's already gone out there. Let me just double check that. There's me waiting for the thing to come up. That one's got water. Why is that showing? The manure says 3,150 litres, but it's saying red. It's not in the green. What's happened there? They're all the same. Well, that's got 12,000 litres of water. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, why is the manure sitting on the red when it's full? Maybe that'll reset itself. I hope so. Right, so turn around, go and get some more water. Where can I turn around? There's not a lot of room here, I suppose. That's the only thing. I don't really want to go down into the ditch. Right, see in a minute. Let's get all these filled up. And then get them all switched on. This is a long old drive round, isn't it? I need a lorry. I need a lorry. Fingers crossed tomorrow. Don't go on the crop, don't go on the crop. Just about. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Fingers crossed we get something come up. Start of February. There'll be a lorry in the cheap and cheerful section. I doubt it, but it would be nice. Actually, I might have a look and see what's available out there anyway. There's got to be some cheaper alternatives. There's the new Tatra Phoenix, actually, although it's 129 grand, but it's not like we haven't got the money. We could just buy ourselves a new lorry. We might do that, actually. Do we get the Phoenix? I did like the sound of it, so I might do that. Oh yeah, while we're here as well, let's go onto the website. Let's go onto the website and have a look. The buckets aren't big for skid steer loaders. What's that one? Oh yeah, 1,284. That's tiny. You know what? Do we change the main colour? Is it worth changing the main colour? No, let's just get it as it is. 4,000. Buy that. So I can move that manure and we'll put that away. Right, swing all the way around again. I hope I'm not going to have any problems with these greenhouses. They were absolutely fine when I did all my testing. That's going to be a little bit annoying if it is. Once these are filled up, they're going to be good for a while, so. There we go. Ah, oh, lovely. Very happy. Yep, it's taken automatically. Brilliant. I have taken the liberty of going to collect the new bucket. This is a high tip as well, high dump. Which which is rather cool. I could have bought the telehandler over because we've got a bigger bucket, but I want all of these sections to be independent. So if I need to put manure into these greenhouses, I don't want to keep moving the telehandler over every time. Because the skid steer loader's over here to move pallets and things anyway, it just kind of makes sense. Water's all in. I've got 91 litres of water left in the tanker, so I might take it over and just dump that in the rock crushers. I've got another 4 another 4 pallets of flour while we've been doing all of this, so they need to be stacked up, and that'll be that little covered thing full pretty much. So I've got to make my decision now on what I'm going to do about selling things. I will start moving this in a moment, but we need to get all our greenhouses turned on and ready to go. That actually fits in there really well. I do like this one from the Bavarian pack. It just takes up a little less room. It's still got a nice capacity on it, but it just kind of works. So, like I say, we can go into each of these. I'm still very puzzled by the water 3000, seed, manure 3150. Yeah, we're going to here, and we're on this one. We want that recipe because that's the one with manure. Tomatoes. That one again. We want the one with manure. Tomatoes. That one. Actually, do I do 2 tomatoes and 2 lettuce? Do you reckon? Let's do that. Yeah. Lettuce, and then the last one we'll do lettuce. And they're off. I'm puzzled now whether or not that will take more. I don't think it will take more manure. Well, I did all my testing. All 3 solid fertiliser, seed and manure with 3,150 litres, all solid green bar. I'm not sure why that's happened, but I'm sure that will reset itself. And we are now chugging away. So we've got 2. Trouble is now, I'm hoping they're in order because I did place them in order. So we should have 2 on tomato. They are, aren't they? And then 2 on lettuce. Yeah. 2 tomato, 2 lettuce, higher yielding. Now obviously when I did my testing, I was on 1-day months. I'm on 2-day months. So I'm not going to get as much as I was on the testing, but still more than we were getting before. So it's all good. Everything has worked out exactly how I'd hoped. We're still up on our finances. The next episode, I think, will probably be into February because it's going to start to snow later on. I've still got no contracts coming up. My field 2's done. It's just ticking over, just keeping everything. I think I need to make some more total mix ration actually for the cows because it's still in the green, but it has dropped a fair bit. So I need to make some more total mix ration. I'll probably crack on with that. Might do that off camera. But what I'm going to do now is put this manure into the bunker. I could just leave it on the floor. I don't need to have the bunker, but it'd be tidier, it'd be easier, I think. That's heavy. And it only cost me, what, 700 and something, wasn't it? I can bring manure from the cows and bring it up here for the greenhouses, and we can store it up here. Or every now and again I can just go and buy another full trailer load. Whoa, that is crazy. I know we've got the tip limits and stuff, but this is only 1,260, and it's a skid steer loader bucket. If I can't fill it up and it be too heavy, 1,286. That's bonkers, isn't it? Anyway, that. Whoa, empty it. That is where I'm going to leave you for this episode. Our new greenhouse effect. Greenhouses are in. All greenhouses have a greenhouse effect, obviously, but they're in. We're good to go. We've sold all of our sorghum. I bought a new bucket for this. Bit of demolition, bit of rebuilding. And I've got to now make a decision on my flour. I think what I'm going to do, you know what, I'm going to switch it. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to. Where's our bakery? Not our bakery, our grain mill. Let's switch that to selling. We haven't. I mean, we've got a little bit of these left. So all I'll do is now the sorghum, oats, barley, and wheat that's left in there. That will just run through, and that will sell. Like I said before, our bakery. We've got 65,000 litres of flour in there. The butter's still chugging away. That'll hit 7,000. Milk, we're at 4,000 litres with the cows. I'll bring that over and fill that up. Then we get the cakes going on there, which, like I keep saying, when I first started, that was my plan. We are going to make cakes. We're going to do all the products, all the production chains, all the things we need to make cake, and we're going to get there. Once we've done one pallet of cake, that's all we'll do one pallet, then we can switch it back to bread. That's fine. But I've got enough flour, and we've got tons of the stuff. So I might as well set it on selling. The sugar I'm going to keep on storing because I can sell it right next door and I can get maximum profit from it, so I might as well. And then what I'll do is, now that's selling, those 4 pallets that are there, I'll store under there. If we get good prices for flour, or if I need any more, up in there. If I need any point for the bakery, I'll put some in. And then with more stuff, when we do our wheat harvest and we do any more harvest on any other contracts where we get some spare, we can always re-top up the bakery if we want to. So, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.